Okay. Well, this last session today, we want to talk about fairness and justice, the core values of fairness and justice. And sometimes a person will get a better deal in business or in a personal relationship, and they are tempted to think, I've really benefited. But in truth, our benefit comes from how much we benefit others. That's because we're dependent on others. And the Buddhists call that the interdependence of all things, that everything is dependent on something else for its existence. But it appears in the outer world that one person's benefit or gain certainly comes at another person's loss. And the pleasure of the benefited one comes at the pain of the losing one. For example, if a robber robs somebody of material value, that value comes to him at the loss of the one he robbed. But what we don't realize, this imbalance disturbs both the robber and the robbed. After robbing, the robber is just as uneasy as the people he robbed. Daskalos revealed that murderers at night are tortured because they keep hearing the screams of their victims. Mm-hmm. So don't think robbers and killers are getting away with anything, even now. Or an embezzlement banker, either one. The secret, which is not really a secret, is for us to be happy, we should help contribute to the happiness of others. If we want to be treated fair and just, we treat others fair and just. It's very simple. We all know this kind of principle. But fairness, or call it justice, not only a core value, but a true virtue. It's a benefit to others, but also a benefit to ourselves. Now, as you study these teachings, or any deep spiritual teachings, you come to realize that since God is omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent, nothing's happening outside of God's providence, which means there is no injustice in God. So when the accident, illness, or bitter experiences come to this person, it's not because God's unjust. There's a good reason why these things come to those people. And it's come to them as the return of the law of karma, the law of relativity, the law of cause and effect. The person has created a cause in the past year, past lifetime, doesn't matter, and that cause was a transgression that disturbed the balance and harmony of things. And to restore the balance and harmony of things, a consequence must come. Christ said you can't give a cup of water away that's not given back to you, so you certainly can't steal something that's not stolen from you in that regard. Everything there's a balance and harmony of all things. That's the law, and it will always be restored no matter what happens. So the good reason is why this is a good reason why accidents and misfortunes come to a particular person and not others. But the good reason also comes with a good purpose, which is to give that person the most needed lesson so that they may advance. So when it comes to the person, it comes from their own mistakes in the past. But obviously that's no reason to be cold or empathic about it, because we're supposed to help people when they suffer from their own causes. We're supposed to help. And this is a little difference between the Hindu system and the Christian system. Long before I went to Daskalos, I went to India, and I went to this really famous big deal holy man. They called him the miracle man. He could make things, materialize things. And I went there, and it was a downtime, so there was only 600,000 people. And you'd sit in line, and you'd wait for him to come out, and he'd go in front of the crowd, and he'd bless them, and he would make holy ash for some. I was sitting next to the administrator of a big hospital in Delhi, and he had this big diamond ring he made for him. Beautiful, big diamond ring he made for him. And he would make things for people.
What? And when you go to a jeweler and you just let the, like they, what is it, they tell you a price, how much that it would be worth, they would really be like, holy shit, that's the biggest diamond I've ever seen, it's like $1.5 million worth, or was it an illusion, or was it for real?
It was for real. And people said, oh, he's a fake, he's just sleight of hand. But you can't go away giving diamond rings away. He didn't charge you anything to be there.
But did he not interfere in karma? I mean, what if the people that he gave the ring didn't even deserve such riches at that moment?
Well, the idea is, of course, he knew who to give it to, of course.
Wow.
He was pretty advanced, but I found something lacking. Huge crowds. We'd sit in this crowd for a long time until he'd come out. And like I said, he'd go around blessing people, doing things. And over here, always the sick people were over here. Wheelchairs, just really bad off. And he seldom went by them.
Oh.
Now, Daskalos, those would have been the people he went to first. And the reason is, in Hindu system, a lot of time, maybe not everybody, but they don't believe in interfering with the karma of others. At least he didn't. Sometimes he would do things, but most often he didn't. And but we're researchers of truth. We're not supposed to watch the suffering of our fellow humanity like a movie on TV. We're supposed to joyously participate in the sorrow.
But didn't
of
he
life.
sometimes ask if he can interfere in somebody else's karma, but he accepted